Hey everybody, I want to take this time to talk about the college football season that has just started. And the main reason I want to talk about the college football season, as you can probably see on the title up there, it says small, it's basically said, it's up there that says small schools sick and tired are being pushed around. Or it's just something, well basically that's sort of what the title will say, but basically this is focusing on the small school. In fact, I think the better title up there that you will see is small schools finally grow some. You know what I mean? Or finally grow a pair. I know that sounds a little insulting and all that, but I know that sounds kind of insulting, but here's what I mean. This past weekend, we saw several upsets by small schools, or several close games. For example, on Saturday, Ole Miss lost to Jacksonville State in double overtime. And, it's not the first time this has happened. I mean, a couple years ago, we saw Appalachian State beat Michigan. And then not just besides that, but then also North Dakota State, the Bison of North Dakota State, beat Kansas. And I'm thinking to myself, what the heck's going on? And the only thing I can think of is there's a lot of schools out there, a lot of small schools, a lot of FSC schools, football championship series schools, or Division 1A or AA schools and all that are sick and tired of basically being pushed around, basically being said, okay, we're going to go and face this school on the turf, and the reason we're doing this is because we want the athletic director to get us some more money for our programs, which is good. But I think honestly the situation is, the players, the team, they understand that, but I think deep down they're like, look, if we're going to go and play against these schools and we're going to make a name for ourselves, not just because our school needs the money, but you know what? Let's just go and improve on the same level as these schools. And I think that's what a lot of them are thinking nowadays. I think a lot of these small schools like Jacksonville State and North Dakota State are getting sick and tired of having to come in, do the best they can, and then lose, all because of money. I think in a way they want to prove that they're on the same elite level as all these schools they face. And that goes for a lot of the FBC schools as well. Like Utah State, gave a close game to Oklahoma. And if you go on ESPN.com and you look through a lot of the games throughout the weekend, yeah, some of them were blowouts, but some of them were a lot closer than some people gave credit for. I mean, look at SMU. Mountain West gave Texas Tech a game. I mean, what I'm saying basically, honestly, from what I've seen, what I'm saying is that, like I said, I think a lot of these schools, despite the fact that they understand that the only reason they're welcoming some of these bigger name schools to the turf, or the only reason they're going to these bigger schools also play them, is for the money. But I think in a way they also want to prove that they are on the same level as some of these schools. I mean, take a look at Florida. They had a sloppy game against, I can't even think who they faced again, but I know they won. But it was a sloppy, according to what they said, they won, but it was a sloppy game. Florida won. Again, like I said, all these games are like blowouts. There's no doubt about it. I mean, look at Oregon. They blew out New Mexico. Some are exceptions, but again, I think a lot of these smaller schools, including those that are in the bowl eligible-ness of the FBC, or the FBS I should say, not the FBC but the FBS, are basically getting sick and tired of being told, hey, let's go over here, let's give them a game, and if we lose our dignity, but at least we get some financial backing. I think in a way they understand that, but again, as I said, I think they just want to prove with some of these upsets and close games this past week that they are in the same league as some of these schools that they agree to face. And that's what I think, honestly. That's honestly what I think. I mean, yes, there's some exceptions where some schools will get blown out and everything, but again, I honestly think I honestly think a lot of these FCS schools, a lot of these small FBS schools are getting sick and tired of having to go there just for money, and they want to prove they're in the same elite class as these big name schools. And I think that's why, as I put it there, some small schools have grown a pair. Finally grown a pair. So, well, you get the idea. So, anyway, just tell me what your thoughts are on that. If you're a Texas fan, you're an Oklahoma fan, you're an Ole Miss fan, a Kansas fan, let me know, and I'll talk to you all later.